Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, the headliner of tonight's pay-per-view show from Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Hisham and welcome to Boxing Pick. In this video, we will break this fight down and see where we can find the most value for you guys and for ourselves. So first of all, this is very interesting. When the line first opened on this fight, you could have Manny Pacquiao at a plus 400, a little bit higher actually on some places, but a plus 400 on Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought that was great odds. I didn't think those odds were going to last very much. This was probably like definitely a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I got a plus, almost a plus 400. I personally got a plus 300 at a site called Unibet here in Europe. Plus 390 on Manny Pacquiao to win the fight outright. I couldn't leave that alone because I knew that line was not going to last. Although I have been a little bit not skeptical about how Manny Pacquiao will perform, I have been a little bit reserved. I wanted to see more. I just knew that the plus 390 would not last. I took it early, which you have to do a lot of the times. If you think the line will move in a certain direction and you're playing, the other side, you have to take it. You have to take it very quickly before it goes away. And a lot of times it goes away very quickly. In this fight, Pacquiao opened around a plus 400 and people have just been betting on Pacquiao since that line opened. And it's down now to plus 180 on some places. That's crazy. It's almost, it's almost half the price that you were getting before. That's crazy. So it's down to a plus 180. That's a big difference, of course, from plus 390 or a plus 400, which just shows you how popular Pacquiao is. And a lot of the fans just bet on Pacquiao because they like him very much, and he's been such a tremendous fighter. We know that Pacquiao has been training very hard. He's been training very hard for this fight. I've seen so many videos where you can be certain that he will come in shape, he will give it his all. Now, if that is enough or not, that's a whole different question. But if we just start on that point, Pacquiao will be in shape. I can promise you that. That's 100% sure. He's been training very hard. He's been taking this very, very seriously, and I expect him to be in shape. Now, the thing is, Mario Barrios will also be in shape. So this is not like a YouTube fighter. He's coming back to fight. Mario Barrios is a real fighter. He's a very tough and proud guy. He has a big heart. He fights his heart out every time out. But the reason why Pacquiao has been talking about wanting to fight Barrios for really several years, if you think about it, the whole time he's been talking about coming out of retirement to have another fight, a lot of the times he's been saying Mario Barrios' name. And I think that they zeroed in on his name because he's seen as a vulnerable kind of champion. Because he's aggressive, he punches hard, and he's strong, he's big. He did beat Ugas. Ugas was favored in that fight. He did very well. It's just that his defense isn't really that good. He gets hit a lot. And especially in the last two fights, in his last fight against Abel Ramos, he was dropped and he was hurt very badly. He didn't look all that great. He takes punishment. And the feeling among a lot of the fans, and I can admit I'm also a little bit leaning that way, is that Manny Pacquiao is different. He's not an average 46-year-old guy. He's just... how he's put together, he's different. He has different abilities, really. His body, he doesn't look like he's 46. He still looks like he's young and fresh. He's gone up through 8 weight divisions. He's been fighting almost his whole life. But still, you can look at him training and you see that the speed is there. So he's built differently. He has great, DNA and, inner, how he's put together. He's just a special fighter that we don't see too often. So if anybody can do this, it's a very tough challenge, really, to come back at age 46 and fight a real champion like Mario Barrios. But if anybody can come back and do this, I think it's Manny Pacquiao. He did have like an exhibition fight. He's had one or two of those. He hasn't looked that good, but he honestly admitted he wasn't even training for those fights. He trained like, a few sessions, sparred one or two times, and he fought those exhibitions. So I don't personally want to put too much weight into those. I expect Manny Pacquiao to be in shape. This will probably be a tough fight. I can see several outcomes in this fight. Even though he's been training hard, you could see how Mario Barrios would just be too big, too strong, too young, too much youthful for this old version of Pacquiao. That is a possibility. There is a possibility that Manny Pacquiao takes a beating in this fight. But there's also the possibility that we see an old vintage Manny Pacquiao come back. I don't want to say a last time, but just pull one out of the hat, really. Wind the clock back 10 years and just performed like the version he was when he fought Keith Thurman, maybe slightly worse than that, and that could possibly be enough to beat Mario Barrios. That could be enough. That could really be enough here. So I got plus 390. I think that was good value. If Pacquiao were to win this fight, I could see it being the kind of fight where it's close and he lands some big left hands and he drops Barrios. That can happen. I can also see a close fight that goes to the scorecards. And if Pacquiao wins on the scorecards, he breaks another record for the oldest welterweight champion in history. So, and he's very popular. The crowd will be cheering for every punch he lands, really. So I can see him winning a close fight on the scorecards, even actually if it's a controversial fight where some people would have thought that Barrios won and Pacquiao wins it. I can see that happening. I can see Pacquiao winning both by knockout and on the scorecards. So I got the plus 390. I decided to keep it. I could have cashed that out. They're offering me actually now 25% more than the original wager that I put. That's because the odds have gone down so much. But I'm going to keep this bet. I have Manny Pacquiao to win this fight outright. I got it at a plus 390. You can look around, see different chops to see the best value that you can get on this fight. But the feeling here is that Manny Pacquiao will perform at a good enough level to make this fight really, really close, and who knows what will happen. Plus 390, a lot of value in that. I took it, and that is the play. If you're new to this channel, by the way, I would like to welcome you and thank you very much for watching this. We appreciate it. Please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on the video if you like this kind of content, and we will keep posting a lot of content for you guys, and we appreciate having you here. Before I let you go, we're going to bring in my partner, Stephen Breadman Edwards, one of the greatest boxing minds we have in our sport. Let's see what he has to say on this fight, Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao. Let's see where he sees the most value. Stephen Breadman Edwards, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, headline pay-per-view in Las Vegas. This is an interesting fight. Which version of Manny do you think we're going to see? If I give you a few examples, do you think we would see something like the Manny that fought Keith Thurman? Or do we have to go way back? Or do you think it's going to be worse or better than that version? What are you thinking?
I'm going to guess it's going to be worse.
You think it's going to be worse than that version?
Yes. I guess it's going to be worse, but when this first fight was first announced, because of Manny's last fight with the exhibition, I said to myself, he has no shot. But I'm assuming that he took training camp a little bit better this fight, and speed is Mario Barrios' weakness, and Mario Barrios is a guy who struggled bad with Abel Ramos. He got a draw.
Yes, in that last fight.
Yes. So you're not talking about like a guy that's coming in the fight on a hot streak that's full of confidence either, because he struggled bad in his last fight too. So
that's true.
Because of that, and because Pacquiao, because I've seen how much speed troubles Barrios, and I've seen him have two really tough fights with southpaws, and the guy he beat for the title at 140, I can't remember his name. He was a Russian guy, and Gervonta Davis. My brain says that Barrios should win the fight, but there is some value in taking Manny Pacquiao to win this fight.
I
He's
agree.
not completely upside down. If it was a Brian Norman or Jaron Ennis, I would say Pacquiao is completely upside down. But against Barrios, because of the things that I saw, I'm not. There is value in taking Pacquiao.
You're talking about the exhibition that Pacquiao had. He looked terrible in that fight. He looked
Yes,
really
but
bad.
he
But
probably
you know
didn't
what he said
train.
about that? Yes, exactly that. He said that he only trained, like, honestly, he looked very serious when he said he only trained for about 10 days for that fight.
Yeah, so that
And
happens.
you can see that he has had a very serious camp. He has been training very hard. I think that's very obvious. And you can also tell that he's in shape. He's taking it very seriously.
Yes, so I can see him. He has to be careful of Barrios' left hook and his body shots, but I can see Pacquiao stealing a decision. And something else I want you to look for. Look for the bruising and the trauma and the blood around Barrios' eyes and nose.
Okay, we'll note that. Very interesting. You said Mario Barrios, when he had his last fight, he fought against Abel Ramos. He started very good in that fight. I think he
Mm-hmm.
hurt Abel Ramos, but Ramos is a strong guy. He came on big in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Barrios took some big punishment there. How it ended.
Yeah, he did. And Barrios has been taking a lot of punishment in his fights. He's been bleeding and his nose has been fun. He's been taking a lot of punishment in his fights. So I don't think Pacquiao's completely upside down.
I agree with that. I don't think so either. And also, there's probably a valid point to why they wanted to fight just Mario Barrios. They weren't saying anybody else's name, and they've been talking about his name for a few years. This fight has
Mm-hmm.
been talked about for a long time, and they never mentioned. Yeah, of course, they wouldn't mention somebody like Boots' name or anybody else, but they were
Mm-hmm.
always talking about Mario Barrios. That's probably like they see something. They believe that they can beat him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
this line got released, you could have Manny Pacquiao at a plus 400. I got it actually about a month ago for a plus 390. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with that bet, but I thought I'd take it early because I knew that price was not going to last. You know, it's down now in some places to a plus 190. A lot of people have been playing on Pacquiao, betting on him.
Wow.
A
Wow.
lot of fans, yeah, because he's so loved by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you think that this is a pretty evenly matched fight? You said the value is with.
No, no, I don't think it's an evenly matched fight. I think that Barrios should win, but there's value in taking Pacquiao. So who
Yeah,
you bet and who you think to win is different. I think that there's a value in taking a small pop shot on Manny Pacquiao because he's a pretty much a 2-1 underdog against a guy coming off a draw against another older fighter. If you're
that's
asking me
exactly how
just
I see it. Yes,
who's going to win, just flat out who's going to win the fight, I would assume Mario Barrios stops him late. But
I
if
got
you're
it.
asking me where there's value in picking, because Manny Pacquiao is basically at plus 200, and because
Yeah.
Mario Barrios has had trouble with speed, and he may not be in his prime anymore. You know, like he's had
Mm-hmm.
some really
Mm-hmm.
tough, hard fights, and Pacquiao was at such a much higher level than Mario Barrios on their best day. I think that there's value in taking Pacquiao.
I agree
Not
with you.
so much
Plus
he's going to win.
200, plus 200, or a little bit higher still on some places. Yeah, that
Yeah,
depending on
yeah,
what book you look for. And another
yeah.
thing that's very interesting with Manny is that he seems to be like a very, very special athlete. It takes somebody really special to look like this when they're 46.
Listen, he's more than a special athlete. He's a once in a lifetime type of athlete.
Yeah,
We'll be able to go through another 50 years of boxing and not see a guy win the flyweight title and the guy win the title at junior middleweight. It probably will
unbelievable.
never happen again. So yeah, he's beyond special.
If anybody can do it, it's Manny, right?
Yep. Yep.
We'll see. So okay, so the value we found on this fight, Manny Pacquiao to win it outright. Shop around, look for the best price. You can probably get it at a plus 200 or a little bit more still now. And we look forward to a good fight. Thank you for the good breakdown. There you have it, the word from Stephen Breadman Edwards. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Goodbye.